Here are the top 5 things I hate about my Audi R8. Now, I don't want to say hate's a strong word, but there are a few things that I do dislike about the R8. Now, if you're contemplating on buying yourself an R8, here are some things to keep in mind. Sitting at number 5 out of the top 5 things I hate about my Audi R8 be the R-tronic transmission that's in this. Now, this is an automatic, it is not gated. It did take a while to get used to the automatic in here. The R-tronic transmission feels like a manual. This is automatic. Now, I don't know about you, but all the automatics I drove, they shift quick. Whereas in the R-tronic, gives you this little delay in between shifting gears. Now, if I were to punch it, then it shifts instantly. But if I'm just cruising at low RPMs, you get that you get that in between the gear. Now, it did take a while for me to get used to. I kind of hated it at first, but now I kind of like it. All right, let's go to number 4. Now, sitting at number 4 out of the top 5 things I hate about my Audi R8 is that mine specifically is not gated. It's automatic. All right, now sitting at number 3, I feel like I can't work on this car. Normally, if I'm working on my Supra or my Skyline, I don't mind getting my hands dirty with getting underneath the car or taking parts out and really trying to play the role of a mechanic. But when it comes to these types of cars, to be honest, it kind of intimidates me. I feel like when you hit a certain tier level with a car, kind of scary to work on. And that would have to be number 3 because I do like working on my own cars. I do like getting my hands dirty. And this specific car, I feel like I can't do that. I don't want to touch it myself. I feel like I'm going to mess it up and it's going to cost me $10,000 because I've been there. Making its way to number 2 would be the maintenance cost on this car. As I said before, I don't feel comfortable working on the Audi R8 as compared to my Supra or my Skyline. I feel confident working on that car. Whereas if I feel like I make a mistake on this car myself, it's gonna cost me $10,000 because everything on this car is so expensive and this car is so fragile and I just don't wanna mess anything up on it. I don't wanna take that risk. Just to give you a heads up, the oil change on this is $500. That also comes along with a $450 inspection. It needs to be inspected by an R8 technician. That being said, there's not been a time where I brought the R8 in and it's cost me less than $1,000 just for an oil change. If they do find something wrong with the car and I end up completing the job, then they should waive that inspection fee. But if they don't find anything and you just do the oil change and the oil filter, it's $500 for that and then $450 for the inspection. You're right at $1,000. Now, another thing to keep in mind, these brakes are huge. These rotors are huge. If you plan on tracking this car, the tires are expensive. The brakes, the rotors are expensive. Just to do the front brakes and rotors, $2,000. To do the back brakes and rotors, $2,000. So unless you have an extra $4,000 laying around, that's how much it's gonna cost you to track this car. Making its way to number 1 out of the top 5 things that I hate about my Audi R8. The reason why this makes its way to number 1 is because I have the V8 R8. It is not the V10. I know, balling on a budget. The V8 is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to bash the V8 compared to the V10, but if you really look at the price difference, you're probably better off getting the V10 if you're looking for that extra performance. If you're looking to really save money, you're really not saving much by grabbing the V8 versus the V10. The maintenance costs are the same as if I were to have the V10, but I have the V8. Everything on this car is pretty much the same, so I'm stuck paying V10 prices even though I have a V8. That's probably the biggest thing that irks me. Even when it comes down to insurance, They really don't care if it's the V8 or the V10. As soon as you tell them, oh, I have an Audi R8, they're like, all right, if you're looking to buy an Audi R8 and you have the money, just go ahead and get the V10. That concludes our video for the day. The next video I'm gonna do are the top 5 things I love about my Audi R8, because it's not all just about hate. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Okay, fine, sneak peek of the Supra, but only for a second. All right, that's all you get. I'm not ready to show this baby, all right? Close your eyes. You're still here? What are you doing? Go work on your car or something. Go, get out of here. I'm sure you got your project car sitting in the garage. Go work on it. I'll see you next video.